Hi, my name is Deni Masias. I'm going to be a senior this year at Colorado State University. I grew up here in Colorado. I've lived in Colorado my whole life. Um, Kind of starting off just going to college, I honestly didn't never ever really think about going to college. It wasn't really an idea or I never really just thought about whether that would be an option for me. I had good grades in high school, and I just never thought about my life after high school, if that makes sense. I just thought I'd go back into working and just get like a regular job. I didn't really think about my future while I was in high school. And it wasn't until probably my junior year where I really started to think about whether college was an option. Prior, I never really, so I moved out of my parents when I was 16, and I lived with my sisters for the rest of my high school, high school experience. And going to a big university kind of scared me. So I didn't really know whether I could do it. And my brother actually went, and he was there for like only a semester, and he dropped out. So that also scared me, because I was just like, well, if he couldn't do it, what makes it so what made me believe that I could do it? And so that fear really kind of controlled me on whether college would be an option for me and whether I'd make the fit. But honestly, if my sisters didn't push me and let me know and have that support, I probably wouldn't be here about to be a senior. Right now, I'm actually double majoring in ethnic studies and sociology with a minor in legal studies. So kind of looking towards the future, I want to go into law and go to law school and possibly work on prison reform. I'm all about social justice and just bettering the lives of people who are less fortunate, and just constantly see this discrepancy in like the criminal justice system and just in life, as you can see with everything happening right now. When I thought of college and the finances that come along with it, as well as my grades, my ACT score, which was very low, and my grades were good. I had like a good GPA, but all I was worried about was the ACT. And I really pushed myself and made sure that I got the ACT score that I wanted, because I really, at that time, I was like, okay, I need to go to college. I need to have a better life, because I wanted to set an example for my family, and just like prove to them that I could do it. And so going to college, I was very scared at first, but honestly, I was in Key, and Key really broadened like my ideas of what college is. And joining Key really helped me, because I built connections with my advisor. I went in Key Explore, so I was undeclared going into college. I kind of always knew I wanted to go on the path towards sociology and like ethnic studies, because I took some sociology classes in high school. So I already kind of started taking those classes when I came to CSU, but I got more into it, because at first I kind of was like, okay, I'm gonna do sociology major. And then I started taking more ethnic studies classes, and it made me realize that maybe I shouldn't just do sociology, like I could do something else. And when I talked on my advisor and was like, would double majoring be hard? He was like, no, like if anything, like you just have to believe in yourself. You have to be willing to take those classes, to put in the extra time and have that dedication, and you'll be able to do it. So if you are ever thinking about not really being able to choose between two majors, or whether you want to do two majors, a major and a minor, or just a major, you can do it. If you set your mind to it, I think, honestly, you yourself are your biggest critic. So if you believe in yourself, you can do anything you set your mind to. And that's what I struggled with a lot, because I constantly doubted myself. I was like, oh, I can't do this. I know one of my like biggest accomplishments, or like something I really remember in college, was I was taking this class called Border Crossings with Dr. Ishiwata. One of the hardest classes I've ever taken. I really doubted myself. It was at the withdraw deadline. So withdrawing is, you will technically, you have a deadline. It's like kind of almost halfway through the semester, but not so halfway. But you get the option of receiving a W on the class if your grade is like, if you don't think you can finish the class, you'll receive a W, which is better than receiving an F. And so at that time, it was literally a couple days between the withdraw deadline, and I had my midterm like the next day after the withdraw deadline. So I couldn't, it was either withdraw from the class or take the midterm and see what happens. And I was like calling my advisor, like crying. I was calling my sisters, crying, really about to withdraw from this class because I had an F in the class. I ended up staying in the class, and I passed with an A+. So like, you can do it if you just set your mind to it. And I am actually an independent student. So what that means with financial aid is that when I apply for financial aid, they go off of my income. So they don't go off of my parents' income. They go off of all of my income, which pretty much guarantees that I have like a full ride to college with grants and stuff like that, because my parents don't financially support me and I pay for everything on my own. So I'm paying for my house, I'm paying for my car, I'm paying for all my expenses, my books, and my college is paid for. So like, if you think you can't do something, like, you can do it, because, so don't believe that you're alone, because you aren't. So I am not an Alliance student, but I was a mentor for Women in Construction Management last summer, which really, I feel like, just ingrained like this deeper importance of being involved, and like, it let me know that I can make a difference, even if it's a short difference, because I am helping all of you and just kind of giving you my insight on how college is, how it can be an option, how there are so many resources and things that you can do in college. There's people you can meet, so like, don't believe you can't. So like, kind of working in the women construction management, you can see that like, there can be women in construction, which you don't see a lot, but it is a possibility. And that's just kind of what I took from being a mentor in women in construction management, as well as like the other programs that the Summer Alliance offers. And it's just really was rewarding to see that I have all these students, high school students, who are in this program, and they're actually like learning that, oh, well, maybe this could be something I can go into, because a lot of people don't have that option. They don't have that idea of what they want to do when they go to college. And even if they do, they often change it. But just kind of having that idea of what you want to do could really help you. But even if you go in undeclared, like, don't stress about that affecting you at all, because I'm double majoring. I have a minor and I'm still graduating on time. And I went in undeclared, and I didn't declare until like my end of my sophomore year. Okay, so another piece of advice I have would be to just talk to your professors. Like, going to a big university, like, the professors aren't going to really reach out. They're not going to be there for you. They're going to be bigger classes. You're not going to have that connection. And honestly, I don't believe that's true, because if you won't have that connection if you don't make that connection. So you have to be willing to reach out and just talk to your professors. And if you're worried about a grade, you need to talk to them and just make sure that you are working to get a better grade in that class, because I know a lot of my classes that I've had and where I didn't think I would pass, I reached out to the professor, and like I had took a geology lab. I'm not good at science or anything like that. But I went to my professor's office hours, and by even going to his office hours, he gave me like 5 extra credit points, which helps. And just making sure you balance your time, and like you have to have fun, but you also have to make sure like that you're going to college for the degree. You're also going to make friends, because I know that if I didn't go to college, I can't imagine like my life just stopping at high school. All my friendships, all the connections I've made, all the people I've met, just stopping at high school, because I met so many people, had built so many good connections with my professors. Um, I have so many different like groups of friends, and just so many experiences. And I always tell my family this. I'm always like, wow, like I can't believe I ever doubted myself or ever believed that I wasn't going to go to college. And even coming like my family, like my sister, sorry, she didn't graduate. She dropped out of high school. My brother dropped out of college. My younger sister, she dropped out of high school. So like I'm literally like the only one left going to college. My family, my mom and dad never went to college. My grandparents never went to college. My grandma actually dropped out of middle school. She didn't even finish the 8th grade. So just being like the first generation is very like valuable to me. And it's important just to say that I did it. And I want you to know that you can too, because you yourself are your biggest critic. And as long as you believe in yourself, you can do anything you set your mind to.